Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the mountains, there lived a young man named Taro. Taro was known for his impatience and his inability to wait for anything. He would often become frustrated and angry when things didn't happen as quickly as he wanted them to. One day, Taro decided to seek the advice of the village Zen master, hoping to find a way to overcome his impatience. The Zen master listened patiently as Taro explained his problem, and then he gave him a simple task. "Go to the river and fill this basket with water," the Zen master said, handing Taro a basket with holes in it. Taro returned to the Zen master with the empty basket, feeling defeated. "Master, I'm sorry, but the basket has holes and the water leaked out," he said. The Zen master smiled and replied, "Look at the basket closely, Taro. What else do you see?" Taro examined the basket and noticed that the holes had allowed the flowers along the path to be watered. "The basket may have holes, but it still served a purpose," the Zen master said. Taro realized that even imperfections can have value. Taro was confused but did as he was told. He ran to the river and began filling the basket with water, but as he ran back to the Zen master's house, the water leaked out of the holes, leaving the basket empty. The Zen master smiled and said, "Now go back to the river and fill the basket again, but this time take your time and walk slowly." Taro did as he was told, and this time he walked slowly, taking care not to spill any water. When he arrived back at the Zen master's house, the basket was still full of water. Taro was puzzled. He had walked slowly, just as the Zen master had instructed, but he couldn't understand how the basket was still full of water. The Zen master smiled and said, "Look at the basket closely." Taro looked down and noticed that the basket was made of bamboo and had small holes in the bottom. "The basket is like your mind," the Zen master continued. "When you rush and don't pay attention, your mind becomes like a basket with holes, and you lose what you seek. But when you take your time and move slowly, you can focus your mind and achieve your goals." Taro nodded, understanding the lesson he had learned. The Zen master looked at Taro and said, "You see, Taro, the power of patience is like the power of water. When you rush, you lose what you seek. But when you take your time and move slowly, you can achieve your goals." Taro was amazed by the Zen master's wisdom and began to practice patience in his daily life. He learned to slow down and take his time, and he found that he was much happier and more successful as a result. Years later, Taro became a Zen master himself, and he passed on the lesson of the power of patience to his own students. And so, the wisdom of the Zen master lived on, teaching generations the importance of patience and the power it holds for personal growth.